Welcome back to day 21 of the Habit Challenge. We're doing something every day this month, whether we feel like it or not. In previous videos, I talked about superpowers or advantages that we might have, and I also talked about obstacles that we might have to face. I've also referred to them as limiting factors. So we're going to talk about those two things today. So when you're striving toward a goal, a good way to figure out the next step you could take is to find the intersection between obstacles or limiting factors and your advantages. So find where those two cross. A good next action to take does two things. It reduces or manages or prevents a limiting factor or an obstacle from occurring, and it also uses your advantages or your superpowers. So let's say you want to build muscle, and part of your muscle building plan involves eating more because you need to eat more in order to gain weight. But your limiting factor, your obstacle, is that you're not eating enough in the day in order to gain muscle. So you're putting in a lot of time at the gym, but you're not gaining any muscle mass, you're not gaining weight, okay? So that's your limiting factor, is you're not eating enough in order to gain weight. Let's look at what your advantages are. Maybe your advantage or your superpower is that you're really, really good at planning at work. The job that you have involves a lot of planning and organizing, and it's a skill that you're really, really good at, okay? So your next action that you could take could combine those two things. So your limitation, your limiting factor of not eating enough in a day, you can overcome that by using your superpower of being really good at planning. So you could plan all of your meals in advance. What time are you going to eat? When are you going to eat? How much you're going to eat? What you're going to eat, right? You can plan all this in advance as a way to overcome that potential obstacle. So you're using your superpowers to help you overcome these obstacles and these limiting factors. So another example could be maybe you're trying to get more sleep and your limiting factor is that your neighbors are really loud and they play their music really loud every night. Okay, and this is definitely an obstacle to you getting enough sleep. But your superpower is that at work you're really, really good at talking and communicating and negotiating with people. You're really good at that. So what you could do is you could use your superpower as a way to overcome this limiting factor. So your next action could be, in order to overcome this roadblock, is to have a courteous, respectful talk with your neighbors, negotiate with your neighbors. Maybe Saturday nights, you already stay up late. It's your one night of the week that you stay up late. So you could maybe negotiate with them and say, hey, Saturday nights, feel free to keep your music on really loud as late as you want, but the other nights, if you could turn your music down by a certain time of night so that I can get enough sleep, right? So you could negotiate that. Use your superpower to your advantage to help overcome that obstacle. So figure out, the obstacles in your path, then look at your superpowers and figure out how you can use your superpowers to overcome those obstacles and figure out your next step. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow on day 22. We're getting there.